What it do, honey? What's going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this being my Hot Topics and Social Commentary 8 p.m. live on Thursday night. I am your host, JoJo Speaks from Faith Warrior Ministries. I'm so glad that you guys decided to join us. As you can see, we have a special guest this evening, Miss Bianca Edwards. She's joining us for this Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. So a couple things of what you guys to do before we get started. Be sure to press that big red subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing. So go ahead and mash it for a brother. And I don't even know if it's ready anymore. But anyways, just mash it, y'all. Also, be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the hot topics that we're discussing tonight, as well as the social commentary if we do get to it, as well as pressing the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And also be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Quick announcement. I did release my review for the RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 10 finale. I released that, I believe, on Tuesday. So be sure to check that video out, like it, commented on it. I didn't really talk about the lip syncs in particular. I just talked about the backlash that Ginger Minj has been getting. Since she has been announced the winner, there's been a lot of hate going her way. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that issue, be sure to check that video out. You doing all right today, Bianca?
I'm good. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great as well. My mother and I, we went and got some Mexican. I had some street corn fries, and then I have 3 Baja fish tacos in the refrigerator that I will be devouring tonight. So I'm excited about my near future. But anyways, y'all know I like to always give my condolences out initially. And so there were 3 major deaths that took place this week. The first, which took me completely by surprise, Malcolm Jamal Warner. He passed away at the age of 54 due to a drowning. He was out on a family vacation in Costa Rica. I also heard that his daughter was in distress as well. They were able to rescue her, but unfortunately, Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away. As I said on Jennifer's live show, Malcolm Jamal Warner is the reason why I have locks today. He was the first person that I truly saw, at least on TV and in movies, with really neat looking locks that are put together. And that's no shade to anyone who doesn't keep the locks up, who doesn't get a fresh retwist every month. But I prefer to have my locks neat. And so, and also, that's not the only reason. He was in the Cosby Show. He had the Malcolm and Eddie Show. He's a legion in the TV community. So my thoughts and prayers and all of my condolences go out to all his family, friends, and loved ones, anyone who truly cared for him, anyone who loved him. Also, heavy metal legend passed away also this week, Ozzy Osbourne. He passed away at the age of 76. He's a lot older than I thought he was, but I guess I really didn't pay attention to his age. But unfortunately, he passed away at the age of 76 this week. And last but not least, Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71. It was either last night or today, but I saw the post today. I've never been the biggest fan of Hulk Hogan. However, he is a legend in the wrestling arena. He was the it man in the 80s in the WWF. And so it's definitely sad that he's no longer here. So yeah, that's our condolences. You guys, any reactions to any of those deaths that I just mentioned? Going once?
For me, of course, Malcolm Jamal Warner. That's certainly a true loss, as well as Chuck. But as far as Hulk Hogan, unfortunately, his legacy was tainted by racism.
Exactly.
So I'm not saying that I'm happy he's gone, but he's gone.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I just wanted to speak on this case because I'd been following it, but I did not know that Brian Kohlberger had actually pled guilty. He is the young man who took the lives of 4 college students. I believe it was in Utah, if I'm not mistaken. And he pled guilty. He pled guilty to all charges. His sentencing took place, I believe it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. He did not speak at his sentencing, but he was sentenced to life without parole. I was wondering how he was going to defend himself, seeing all the evidence that they had against him, his DNA. Right. His DNA was literally on the scene. There were other things. They found his car, saw his car on someone's ring door camera, something like that, leaving the scene. I did not know how he was going to try to defend himself, but he ended up pleading guilty. He was sentenced to life without parole. Were either one of you guys following this case, and were you surprised that he ended up pleading guilty? Because I was surprised. I thought he was going to fight this to the end.
To be honest, I wasn't following that none, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure y'all know. And speaking of making sure you know, Dustin said hi.
Hey, Dustin.
Dustin.
Miss Kim is here. She says, hey.
Hey, Miss Kim. Greetings and salutations.
She made sure to say hey to Dustin, Jonathan, and Bianca. Unveiled Vibrations is here. He says, good evening.
Good evening, Tyrone.
Okay, he says, happy to see you all tonight. And Ms. Kim made sure to say rest in peace and power to Malcolm Jamal Warner and Chuck Mangione, right? That's how you say it. Okay. Unveiled Vibration says Hogan tiptoed up out of here today.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, God bless him. And Hulk Hogan was Miss Kim said Hulk Hogan was a loudmouth, bigot, and proud Trump supporter. Let his people mourn for him. I'm not his people.
Agree. I agree with you, Miss Kim.
That she said that so lovely.
Probably the most overrated wrestler in the history of wrestling. Like literally.
As long as you know. Y'all see I move my couch.
Yes, yes.
Pretty though. That's a really cute.
I was going to ask you, Jennifer, where did you move it to? But I don't think that's necessary.
we let it go. We've actually made sure to just open the window, and so y'all can see how beautiful it looks outside of our home here.
Outside of our home. Yes. Point to it again, Miss Vanna White. Wow. Yes.
And Miss Kim says, I don't follow the Brian Koberger case closely. I'd love to know why he unalived those childrens, those kids.
And unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to know because he did not, once again, he didn't speak at his sentencing. And even in his he didn't even confess to it. He did not confess to law enforcement. He just pled guilty. So,
okay. Miss Kim says, "Hey Tyrone, didn't see you sneak in here." All right.
And so shout out to Miss Kim for sending me this story. I think it was 2 weeks ago, but I didn't even end up speaking on it. But Miss Tracy Ellis Ross has a new show coming up called Solo Traveling. She's traveling the world. She's doing it all by herself. And she's one of those people who can run a show all by herself without any co-stars. You know what I'm saying? She's just that entertaining all by herself. And there was some controversy about her saying that she only takes 2 pair of underwear in her carry-on. And for some reason, people were thinking that she only takes 2 pair of underwear, period, while she's traveling. She's like, no, I take 2 pairs of underwear in my carry-on just in case they lose my bags that are stored underneath the airplane. So, you know, I ain't that nasty one that y'all think I am.
Now, you see, that sounds like a true traveler.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Someone that has had her luggage lost before.
Because I wouldn't even think of doing that. I would not think of doing that.
But she's thinking.
She's thinking.
Nice underwear too.
Right, of course. You know, I'm not sure if if I'll end up watching the show. I'll probably see a couple of clips here and there, and maybe that might encourage me to actually watch it. But are either one of you guys excited to see the show? Because it seems like it will be pretty entertaining and seeing the different places that she ends up going.
I'll catch a clip, you know what I'm saying? I do like that lady. She's really, really beautiful. And I kind of respect where she is in life when it comes to having a life mate. Like, I'm not saying she gave up, but she's finding peace in herself. And I think that's a wonderful place to be in. So if she does have somebody, she's available for them to come. But in the meantime, in between time, she's going to enjoy herself.
I know that's right.
Amen.
Probably up, honey.
Traveling, honey. Putting stamps on that passport, child.
And making money. Dustin says, good evening, everybody. Hope you had a good day. It's not Monday. I ain't gonna share my feelings. Anyway, Miss Kim says, I keep 2 sets of underwears, toiletries in my carry-on bag too.
I think I need to start doing that.
Okay.
Like, for real.
Because I need to do it myself because I don't be thinking like that. Unveiled Vibration says, hey Miss Kim, how you doing? I came in through the secret entrance. If I told you where it was, I would have to erase your memory like Men in Black. Okay. And Miss Kim says Tracy is one of my style icons. Deservedly so. She is. Okay.
She definitely is. So I don't know if either one of you guys watch Basketball Wives. I personally don't watch it, at least now. But I did watch it when it first came out, especially the Miami iteration of the show. But Miss Jackie Christie and her beautiful daughter Chantel, they ended up in a physical altercation on a recent episode. Surprise, surprise, right? So throughout the entire season, I've seen clips of them going back and forth, and Brandy getting into the mix, and also the Brittany girl, the one who's got the hijab and things of that nature, kind of sticking up for Chantel, and the women kind of calling out Jackie's lack of mothering with Miss Chantel, even though Chantel is a grown woman. So I don't know how much mothering you want her to do as a grown woman, but hey, I guess, it is what it is. But it's clear that Jackie and Chantel have had a contentious relationship. And when I saw the clip of them, they were in a hotel room. I'm not exactly sure where they were, but they were having an argument. Chantel got up to leave. When she got to the door, then she turned back around. Jackie was still sitting down at this time. Chantel came back towards her, saying this and that, and Jackie gave her a right hook, y'all. She gave her a right hook, or did she slap her? Did she slap her?
No, well, Chantel pushed Jackie. She hit her mama.
Okay.
And then Jackie knocked her out. Jackie should have knocked her out a long time ago. All the B's and H's that she was calling her mom. And Jackie wasn't giving her no slack. I watched the entire season. And every time Chantel started, Jackie just got up and walked away. So the girls were mad, saying, why you walking away? Why you walking away? Your daughter wants to talk to you. And when she sit down and talks to her daughter, she got real disrespectful. Told her Doug didn't want her. He was finna leave her. Told her that that's why me and my siblings hate you and they can't stand you. And I violate you, B. Following Jackie down the hallway. Jackie should have drug her up. At that little hit wasn't enough, in my opinion.
Sounds like it was mercy.
Okay. See, and that's why I'm glad I have Bianca and Jennifer on my panel, because I did not even notice that Chantel had pushed Jackie before Jackie, when it gave her the right hook. So
to be honest, even with me not really watching, TikTok blesses us with a lot of clips.
Of course.
And from what I've seen throughout the season, it just really looked like a pounce on Jackie thing. Now, I've never been in Jackie's corner when it comes to how she acts, how she is as a mother, or anything like that. But the thing is this: if there's nothing to talk about from Jackie, I believe, and especially, it sounds like she didn't want to address those things on TV. And for Chantel to continue to push and push and push to try to make something, I'm not saying there's nothing there, but she's trying to create something. I was kind of like on Chantel's side until this altercation. When this altercation came, it was clear she was trying to push her mother to put hands on her so that she can continue to play victim to all those other women. Chantel had them women by the balls. And like they fell for all of it, hook, line, and sinker. And it's like I low-key don't blame them, because when somebody's telling a story and you already don't like the woman, of course, you're gonna let your mind wander and think what it wants to think. But when I saw how that went, she could have just left her mother's room. Even with all the disrespect that was flowing out of her mouth, she could have just left her mother's room and that would have been that. But no, she stood up, got to the door, turned around, and kept on trying to antagonize her and push her mother so she can be pushed. And
Yeah, when you said that Chantel had the other girls by the gonads, and for me, in my opinion, that was probably easy for her to do because none of those girls like Jackie. Nobody likes Jack. Nobody likes Jackie. Jackie
Give
is
me a reason.
literally on that show because she's Jackie Eppin Christie, and you know, she's a little I don't know what to say, she's crazy, but she's not your average human being, and she's perfect for reality TV. She's perfect
Agreed.
for Basketball Wives, and so that's the reason why she's been on there since
I
what
don't know about
season.
for this long though. Let me tell.
Nobody's gonna watch it without her. The fact
Exactly,
we already
exactly,
Jackie's going, everybody else is boring.
Yeah,
exactly.
including Evelyn.
Yes,
So
Okay.
being that you watched it, Bianca, throughout the whole season, like, is that pretty much the gist of the whole season?
yeah. Chantel intentionally came on that show to take her mom down.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's all. I mean, every time, even when she sat down with Jackie to have a conversation, she was like, "So you weren't talking about Brandy to me?" Jackie, like, I don't give a crap about Brandy. I'm giving you the floor because you said that you wanted to have a conversation with me about how I hurt you. Why are we
Mm.
talking about them? Chantel couldn't say anything. And back in 2018 on the show, they already went to counseling and was supposed to be working on it. And her sister posted the receipts.
Wow.
And that's another thing too, Jonathan. The oldest sister, the chocolate sister that they don't talk a whole lot about.
Mm.
She actually spoke up for Jackie with
Hmm.
this whole situation and basically saying like, you don't know Jackie. It's like, yeah, it wasn't all horrible, but you know, she didn't need to do her like that on her platform. And I'm looking at, to be honest, I'm not even looking at Chantel crazy. I'm looking at Shawnee and them. Like, where are we going with this?
Like, why would y'all even air this? Like, if that was Evelyn's family, they would have never, ever aired no mess like that.
Because they
And
don't like
Chantel
Jackie.
lying. I can't take it. How Chantel went downstairs after that fight and was like, she just put her hands on me. Like Ming said, we were under the impression that you just swung on the girl for no reason. So now at this point, I can't believe nothing that you saying, Chantel.
Natalie Love has this great saying, you know, I hate when B words like to hit on somebody and then when they hit you back, you got an issue with it. Like, where they do that at? Like, what streets you come up in where retaliation is against your moral code? Okay, I don't understand that at all. Jennifer, do we have any comments to get to?
Miss Kim says, I can't imagine ever cussing at my mom, Cole K, at
Right.
my mom, calling her by her first name or tussling with my mom. Jackie is a terrible mother. That we can agree with for sure. And when I kept on hearing her calling her mom about her first name, is like, what are we doing? Why are you even here? If that's how you feel like you need to address her, it's
Right.
like it's time to move forward and move on. Oh gosh, Unveiled Vibration says all I can hear is Ludacris song "Slap Slap." You know that song?
I don't. What was it on one of his albums after Red Light District?
I think it was on or before. Basically, he's like, I feel like slapping an N word today. Slap slap.
I don't remember that one
That
either.
was an
I don't
album
remember
cut.
that. And I know I had Back for the First Time and Word of Mouth and Red Light District. I don't remember that one, but it's
Give us what album it's on, Tyrone, so
please.
Jonathan can remember. Miss Kim says, did Jackie put her hands on Chantel in the hotel room? I think the scene was edited. No, she did.
She knocked
Yeah.
the
She did.
dog out of her.
She
And
hit
she
her real hard, like she didn't know her. Like it was major.
Like,
pushed her. Jackie flung up against the wall. Jackie was like, she had to think about it. Like, did you just? Hey.
she getting taken back to when Malaysia and all them people try to get at her. But it's like, you turn into a random person when you feel like you want to buck up like that. Your child, come on.
Right.
Miss Kim says, I haven't watched Basketball Wives since the Govan sisters were on the show. Okay.
Right.
I
And
keep on,
I didn't see those first few seasons of LA. I never saw those.
really, you should, because it was you remember how reality TV was in the beginning
Hmm.
when was it Ron Artest ex-wife or something like that. The wives, they were green, and you could tell. So
Yeah.
it was enjoyable. It wasn't looking for moments and stuff like that.
Right. So there was a viral video going around of a Jacksonville young black man with really nice locks. He was recording himself during a traffic stop, and there were multiple policemen around surrounding his car. They were telling him to get out of the car. I can't exactly remember if he had a suspended license, something of that nature. They needed him to get out of the car. He was refusing to get out of the car. So what do? They smash his driver's side window. He gets punched in the face, and that's where I stopped the video. I didn't want to watch past that, because just to see him looking at the camera and seeing that fist go across his face, I was just disgusted by it. I really was. However, if you find yourself in this type of situation where you are pulled over by a police officer, do not resist. Do not resist. If you are in the right, do not resist. Yes, you might have a right. You may feel as though you have a right not to have to obey their commands because you feel like you've done nothing wrong, and maybe you haven't done anything wrong. However, you have to let the system play out in the right way, so that, if you eventually you will get to court and you will be able to plead your case and possibly have some evidence, maybe the recording, or maybe your valid license, something of that nature. But if a police officer is commanding you to get out of your vehicle, you need to get out of your vehicle, because it's not going to end well for you. Now, I don't think he deserved to be punched in the face. I thought that was very unnecessary. However, when you are not obeying law enforcement, they will escalate. Yes, they are taught de-escalation. They tell us that all the time. But if you do not obey the commands of the officer, it's going to escalate. And you have a situation like this. No, he did not deserve to be punched in the face. I even understand why they broke his window, because he refused to get out of the car. And you don't disobey orders from a police officer or anyone in law enforcement, a judge or whatever the case might be, a correctional officer, whatever the case might be. If they're giving you orders, you legally need to abide by those orders and obey said orders. So again, I don't think that he deserves to be punched in the face. I saw a press conference from the Jacksonville Police Sheriff's Office. They said that they are investigating, don't know if anything's going to come out of this. But although I feel bad for him that he was punched in the face and he was assaulted, if he had just gotten out of the car when they asked him to get out of the car, that would not have happened. Period. Point blank. Because they all have body cams on, so they know they know exactly what's going on, whether you're recording or not. There is a camera that is rolling during your traffic stop or your involvement or your encounters with law enforcement. So once again, she does not deserve to be punched in the face, but you have to obey law enforcement. We need to obey law enforcement. We know some of these police officers are trigger happy. They will pull that. I've seen so many videos of police just emptying the clip, y'all.
Fortunately.
So you have to be smarter about it. Justice has to wait. You're not going to get justice today, because you're probably not going to have an appearance in court until maybe a week or 2 or 3 or maybe even a month down the line. But that's just how the system works. So, Jennifer, Bianca, did y'all see the video, and what were your reactions to what happened to this young man?
I saw the video. It was uncalled for. It was completely uncalled for. First of all, they could have broke. It seems like he was already talking to another officer on the other side through the window.
He was.
So they could have just opened the door, undid his seatbelt, unlocked the doors, and opened up the door. They didn't have to bust the window on the side that he was in and then punch him in his face twice, chipped his tooth off. They didn't have to do that. However, I do see what you're saying. We know how police are this day and time. It's already hell. People, they do stuff to people who do follow and obey the rules.
Right.
So you dang sure know that if you pissing them off and making them mad, and just get out the car. I think it was over his headlights weren't on and the sun was still out.
Yeah, it was raining, and you have to have your headlights on while it's raining, and he didn't have his headlights on in the rain. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it was something simple. Just get out the car. Get out the car. But they was wrong for that. I don't think anything's gonna come out of it because they said, oh, he had a knife and he this and he that. So I don't think anything's gonna come out of it. They were protecting themselves.
Yeah.
But that was awful. It was terrible. It was a terrible watch.
I'm gonna skip down to one of Ms. Kim's comments. She said even if had complied, those cops still would have attacked him. A part of me does feel that way, but I still do believe that the chances of him getting a fist to face would have lowered.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm saying that I agree.
Right.
The threat is still very much so alive, whether he got out that car or not. But I believe the threat would have been lowered at least 30 to 50% if he would have gotten out of the vehicle. Because, someone apparently that has a hairpin trigger finger, his anger, I guess he don't get listened to at home often.
Right.
So, he went off. And
Wife probably beating on him at home.
Exactly. So he went off and did what he felt like needed to happen at that time. And it doesn't seem like everybody's always on that now. Personally, that's one of those protect my peace kind of situations.
Yeah.
When there's videos that pop up like that, usually, especially on TikTok, it already says punched by police and stuff like that. Oh no, I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
Just to protect my peace. But I'm not going to ignore what's happening in this world, though. I know that's what's going on. But you see, they already got a lawyer. So we shall see what happens from that. But personally, criminally, I don't believe anything will happen to any of those officers.
No.
Yeah. So God bless. One thing I was going to say when you were talking about a police officer punching through the glass, I've seen it plenty of times because I watch a lot of Karen videos that get arrested.
Yeah.
If they do it on white women.
Come on, let's talk.
Okay. If they punch out a window real quick after a white woman sit here and look at you from their window and say, for what?
Window rolled up. Window rolled all the way up.
And they on their cell phone calling their mama, daddy, husband, and everybody else and their mama because they know they drunk. They gonna punch that window out. It may take them a little bit longer to punch their window out, but they're still gonna do it.
Right.
So I can only imagine what their defenses, their patience is much lowered for an African American man. So yeah. Anywho. Okay, hold on. Oh gosh, I miss it. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Miss Kim says, before Chantal pushed Jackie, did Jackie put hands on her? No. I feel like when Chantal realized that she was about to get that 1-2 hitter or something from her mama, she pushed her. So she can get what she wanted up out of her. She attacked me.
Yeah, she got what she wanted for sure.
He touch her. That's your mama. So I don't even understand why is that even a factor? My mama could come up here and yank me up right now. I ain't gonna say move.
Right.
I'm gonna yank you right now. She told me to go.
Now you saying something, friend.
Right.
You saying something because even if mama would have like
right.
Sorry. Or even if I'm upset, let me go over here.
Right. Okay. Right. Let me remove myself from the situation, honey.
And
which is what Jackie was doing. She was removing herself from the situation.
In her own hotel room. Now I got to leave my own hotel room to get you from China. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jackie, but yeah. Unveiled Vibration says Ludacris release therapy album cut.
No wonder.
Okay, there we go. Miss Kim also says I already said that. Okay, moving on.
So I don't like to speak on this woman. However, she's at it again. So Candace Owens, she's currently being sued by the president of France and his wife for defamation. They have a defamation lawsuit filed against her because she referred to the first lady as being born male. And after the lawsuit was released or filed, Candace doubled down on her comments concerning this woman. Said that she had a pair of balls, and she was so manly, and all this good stuff. It's like, Candace Owens seems to have been going on this like apology tour, finally saying that she doesn't support Trump, and trying to walk back a couple of things that she said in the past. She's still, at the end of the day, she's still Candace Owens, and
we haven't forgotten.
We have not forgotten. And thankfully, we won't be able to forget because she still is pulling stunts and shows. She is a stunt queen. She's literally the definition of a stunt queen. And I don't even know why exactly she referred to this first lady of France as being born male, but I'm more than positive that it was not warranted in any way, shape, or form whatsoever, because I do not see any first lady getting out of line with some random from America for no reason. I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Candace was saying she's the first dignitary to file a lawsuit against an American woman and all this. It's like. And I don't know. I don't think Candace is looking for approval from us, because I don't think she looks for approval from anyone. She just wants to, she just wants to be seen, and she just wants to do her thing and be loud and wrong at the same time. So it's so disrespectful. And that's why she did it, because she knew how disrespectful it was going to be. And I don't understand how she looks in the mirror at night and is okay with who she is. Like, when I look at someone like Candace Owens, I'm like, okay, so I know I'm fine. I know I'm good. I know I am okay. But the level of disrespect to claim that a biological woman was born male. Yes, it's a read, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it's a jab. Yes, it's heavy shade. But you don't do that. You don't do that. Not even in a joking way. You don't do that. Like, that's so disrespectful to me. Have either one of you guys heard of this? And what are your reaction to her decision to make this claim, the defamation lawsuit, and then her response to the defamation lawsuit?
I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. What I do want to know is, where did it come from, and why did you bothering that lady?
Right.
Where did this come from?
What did she do to you, Jennifer?
Have y'all seen her picture? I'm not saying it's right what Candace said. I see why
the assumption was made.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, a woman is a woman. You know what I'm saying? And there's no need to really say that. But I feel like she took an easy target and just went for it. I think as soon as she saw that woman, she said, "Oh, I got the next one. This is what I'm gonna talk about next." But have y'all seen it though?
I haven't.
I'm looking at a picture of her right now. I mean, to me, like, I personally don't see it. Like, she don't look manly.
Oh, she looked like a grown woman.
Yes, she does. Like, her face, I will admit, it may not be the most feminine. It's not this. She doesn't have the softest face. You know what I'm saying?
She's a woman.
She's a woman.
Because when I saw her, I saw how she was walking, and she was walking with grace and stuff like that. Like, she's the first lady. I'm here for it, but it's like this is what we do now. But I'm very happy that they took steps to file for a lawsuit. I hope they get everything that they can get. And it's like, I don't know if Candace is lawyered up majorly and has already received legal advice, but I'm starting to wonder, like, why does she feel so free to continue to talk about this?
Because this is only adding to the defamation.
Or maybe she's already started her process in doing what what's her name? Tasha K did move her money around. Maybe she already started that process. Put her money in different names. You know what I'm saying?
Because she's sure enough comfortable.
Okay.
She's sure enough comfortable.
Incredibly. But when I saw her picture, I was like,
and how does that work though? Because y'all remember when we were talking about Portia and Simon, how she basically wasn't gonna get anything because now he back over there and we can't force him in Nigeria to pay, even though it's ordered. Is she gonna be forced to pay, even though it may be ordered?
Well, the lawsuit is in Delaware, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So, being that the lawsuit is being done in Delaware, something tells me that they are doing everything that they can to make sure that they get their comeuppance from her. So, I hope that they continue to push it because if anybody called me a man, knowing I'm a whole woman,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? It's like not everybody's gonna look the way you want them to look, okay?
Right.
All right. Not everybody gonna look like a model. Not everybody's gonna be aesthetically pleasing to what you want your standards to be. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't give you the open door to call them a man or a woman or something that they're not.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm gonna.
It's wiggity whack. Wiggity 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 whack.
It's not right. But it's like I'm not saying she's right for what she said because I saw the picture. I was like, okay. Now I see why she automatically went there. I think that's disgusting. Anyway,
it is disgusting.
Unveiled Vibration says, now my problem with that situation was the Black officers not even trying to de-escalate the situation. Why were they so quick to add to it? They know the climate. Guess they not like us.
No.
Oh, that is concerning. Amir says, hey, everyone, sorry I'm late.
Hey, Amir, so glad that you're here, Pooh.
Love you. Unveiled Vibration says, Candace paints... Wait, hold on. Candace paints her ghetto-ness with rose-colored glasses like it's classy, but people keep giving her a pass until now. Wow.
It's like she code switches without code switching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope everything be all right with her. Everybody's saying, hey to Mimir. Unveiled Vibrations asks, Mimir, how close are you to Yellowstone Park? Okay, now he's just asking questions at this point. Mimir says the original journalist from France that started the story just won the defamation lawsuit against them. Wait. Are you saying that the same story about that were they saying the same thing, Mimir?
That's what it sounds like. Sounds like there was a story out about her from some publication and they filed a defamation lawsuit against them and they lost that defamation lawsuit. That's what it sounds like to me.
The original journalist from France started the story, just won the defamation lawsuit against them. So they tried.
How did they win?
That's what I want to know.
That's crazy to me. That's
hold on.
Insane.
What they find out?
What is that implying?
Did they find out something?
Right.
We go have to keep.
How would they win that?
Right.
We got to keep our eyes on this one.
Yeah.
We do.
And that's why Candace so doubled down. Probably.
Maybe.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Thanks, Mimir, for the tea. Ooh, gosh. She said, hey to everybody. Mimir says, Unveiled Vibrations, I am a few thousand miles due north from Yellowstone. Why? Is it going to blow?
You up north, Mimir. You up, up there. Okay.
She is above Yellowstone up there. I remember looking at that from the map, like, geez, Louise.
Wow.
That was a good time. Anyway, Unveiled Vibration says Candace might have herself registered as a corporation in Delaware. That's why they filed there. Everybody and their mama had themselves registered as a corporation in Delaware, even us. Wait, don't tell nobody. All right.
So I just want to just mention this really quickly. We don't have to go into deep detail because I do want to get to the Real Housewives of Atlanta before we get up out of here. So it has been reported that Donald Trump's name is on the Epstein files. It's also been reported that his attorney general told him this information, already told this man the information. And so when the man was asked about it at the White House, he quickly pivoted and said, well, what they should be investigating is Barack Obama, who staged a coup, who committed treason. It's a conspiracy, and he's this, and he's that, and he got
voter fraud.
Right, he stole the election. Okay, yeah. First time I heard that, he got too much swag. Okay, you know what I'm saying? He's too cool. Cool. Now I mean, and it's, to me, I'm more than positive. And then I also saw a deposition of Jeffrey Epstein where he did admit that he's been friendly with Donald Trump. And then they specifically asked him, have you been with Donald Trump in the same vicinity as someone who was underage? And he pled the fifth on that particular question. So I'm not surprised that his name is on the list. Okay, not whatsoever. Will that change anything? I'm sure it will not. I'm sure ain't nothing going to change if it is proven, actually proven, because that's why they don't want to release the files, because the man's name is on the files. If it is proven, what's really going to happen? Because there's still a Republican majority in both the Senate and the House of Representatives. They need over 50% vote to impeach the man. So it's like, as far as I'm concerned, I don't see any repercussions from this new discovery. I don't think it's really new to many of us. But it's not surprising that he's going to deny this, that he said he isn't following the story. Like it's just come on. And then when he was trying to talk about Barack Obama, he said he's every word in the book, in the dictionary. Like, where's your vocabulary at? Okay, because it ain't here. Not in this setting. Okay, it's not in this setting. So before we move on to the Housewives of Atlanta, any reaction from either one of you from this news of him being on the Jeffrey Epstein files?
One thing I am very surprised about, this is the one thing that it seems like MAGA is standing on.
Exactly. Marjorie Taylor Greene spoke out about it. I think Mike Johnson did. A lot of people are speaking out.
And it's surprising to me. And I think it's more because the constituents are really yelling about it.
Yeah.
That's why, because I don't believe they would have been too concerned if the constituents weren't really saying much about it.
Right.
Ms. Kim says, I'm so sick of Trump. He knows damn well that him and Jeffrey were good Judies.
Good Judies, Ms. Kim.
At his wedding.
Did people think the pictures were doctored?
Okay.
I think they just want that list. They want to know how involved he was. And I think for them, that's the golden ticket, the golden goose. If he is on that list, that means he was with them young girls. And how about one of them young girls that he was with and pictured with is with him now?
Like a part of his administration?
Yeah, talking for the man and everything.
Wow.
I'm saying.
Wow.
Miss Kim says, Trump watch that story like a child watches the clock on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Trying to see
that gives me good memories. Good memories of Christmas Eve. But one thing I will be doing tonight on Paramount, I will be enjoying South Park with my husband. They really, I've seen so many little clips of this episode. They really gave it to the man. Down to a portrait being made of him. And this was it. Oh, wait, it's green. You won't be able to see it. Dag nabbit. This is the size of it.
Oh. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I could mute it. Y'all stop.
Jennifer can't handle it, y'all. Girl, the Bianca's choking and Jennifer's laughing, child. It's
But yeah, so I will watch the whole episode, maybe if there's things, yeah, because with the whole Paramount thing, they got lit to do their merger and all that stuff, and getting help from Trump, paying money to Trump. Whew. And then they're talking about canceling in another 10 months the Colbert Report, which bothers my heart. Not Colbert Report,
the late night show with
the
Stephen
late night show
Colbert.
with Stephen Colbert.
Right.
He is my South Carolina brother. I've had I really like him and the way he talks about the news and things of that nature. And they letting him go because I believe it's because Trump. But
Yeah.
But South Park, the creators of South Park was able to garner $1 billion deal, not an M, a B, $1 billion deal to continue to put out their stuff from Paramount. And they use their first episode, since they do watch the news and all that stuff, and they can create their shows like that.
Right.
It has every little thing from the last 2 weeks in that show. So me and Tyrone are going to take our time to watch that episode tonight to see what the fuss about. But the clips are horrible. I know the White House is going up right now.
Heated.
UP up.
Child.
And I'm gonna stop that there. Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. What is this? Oh, Unveiled Vibration says I sent y'all videos on IG, posted from Threads, and Miss Kim says Stephen Colbert is a Christian. He's serious about his faith. I've always liked him. Oh yeah, he's a Charleston man. Like I get him. He's a human being, but he loves Jesus and stuff like that. He's not racist.
Right.
And that's another thing I really enjoy about him. And whenever he'd have Charlemagne the God there, they'd always connect about South Carolina. So yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I wanted to spend the time that we have left and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And, I had this conversation with my mother earlier this week, and I've come to the conclusion that Shamia Morton does not belong on that show. She don't need to be there. She's not one of those girls. I don't think that's the environment that she thrives in. She's cool for a friend of the show. But as far as having a main storyline on the show, being involved with the other women on the show, trying to shade, Drew for allegedly carrying a fake bag that was only $100-something when the designer came out and validated that the bag was real. Drew posted the receipts of buying said bag. And so, that fell all the way down. The fact that she did not understand her relationship with Portia. And the funny thing about it is, as much as I have disliked Portia since she came on to Real Housewives of Atlanta, watching the second part of the reunion really made me see Portia in a different light, where I accept her for who she is. And Shamia is just less than intelligent for assuming that she would be a friend that maybe she hasn't been in about 15 or 20 years. So Shamia is not built for this, at least not in my opinion. Kelly got to go too. I do not need to see Kelly next season. Just bring back Portia. I really don't want her to bring back Phaedra, but I know they're going to do it. Bring back Angela. Even bring back Drew. I love seeing Drew. Well, I don't love seeing Drew. I love seeing Ralph. But as how, if Drew can get herself a good storyline going, I don't mind seeing her on the show. I really don't. She's a really beautiful woman. She's really active in her career as an actress and as a singer. She's got things going for her. And I was also telling my mother, I feel like Drew is the most innocent person on this cast. She's not specifically or, literally trying to go after people on purpose. She's really not trying to drum up drama. She's really not doing all the Portia and Phaedra and, Shamia type things. She's not doing all of that. So whether they bring her back or not, I'm fully not expecting her to come back next season. But if they do, so be it. But Shamia is not built for this show. And I really liked her during this season, but it wasn't until I saw that second part of the reunion that I was like, Portia is who Portia is. And if you don't see that for yourself, that's your fault. At the very end of the day, that's all your fault, because Portia has probably showed you time and time again who she is and how she operates. And if you can't pick up on those clues, how are we to feel bad for you when she is literally yawning in your face when you're trying to work things out with her, when y'all have that conversation? She's literally dismissing you while you are pouring your heart out to her, and you don't understand why she's not being a better friend. For me, Shamia got to go. And that's what I had to say concerning the reunions. What are y'all's opinions on this season overall, and any revelations that have come about while watching the reunions? What do y'all got to say?
The whole right side of the couch, throw them in the trash. Just throw them away. I don't want none of them to be kept. I really don't. Not what her name is, Shamia,
Angela,
not Kelly, not Drew. They can all go, and they can take Phaedra with them.
Thank you.
I think for us to wait, 2.5 years for Sweet 16, and we ain't get nothing.
Nothing.
The most interesting thing that happened was with Angela, Alex, and Marcus. And that wasn't even on the Dag Nav show. So
right.
I'm like, all of them crazy. All of them suck. If they can't get a better cast than that, then I think they just need to shut it down. Because I'm over it.
Or bring back Nene.
Nene did say in the interview she'll come back as a friend of.
Gotcha. And thank you so much, Bianca, for sending me that information concerning Mike and Marcus, because the way that Angela was really trying to prove her case that Phaedra set this whole thing up. Like, I love Angela. Angela was my favorite housewife this season. But after seeing that, and it's like she's trying so hard to convince everyone that Phaedra did it. She's trying her darndest, y'all. He knew your brother, and and so that means y'all are both from what was it, Augusta or
Augusta.
Well, y'all are both from Augusta, and y'all all know the same people, so you had to have done it. And I was cringing that entire time that she was trying to prove her case. And it's like, I understand you're new to this girl, but you look like a liar. Like, it is clear that you're lying, but you look like a liar, because when you have the truth on your side, you don't really have to convince anyone of anything at the end of the day. Jennifer, what are your thoughts?
I'm bothered by the showboating, the trying so hard. When we're looking at these housewife shows, and I'll just take it all the way back to season 1, even when the hair wasn't on point, the makeup was absolutely not on point, and the fashions were absolutely not on point. Even then, there were women that stood in who they were, and we could get a sense of authenticity,
right?
At least something. So, and you could see, like, it was still interesting without making up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it bothers me. It's like, now you want to use the easy target, Phaedra. First of all, it's like, how is Phaedra the one doing it when, like, does Phaedra even know this woman? Like, it's really concerning that you thought that you were going to get over on us with this. And also on top of that, it's like, who's the brains around there? If you want to do something fictitiously, don't bring other people in. If you're gonna lie about yourself, like Drew.
Right.
Lie about yourself and your life. Because then you won't have somebody over here saying, well, I said this and this is no. This is what happened in my house. These are the lies for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
But because who Sheree did that very well.
Absolutely.
And there was no one to go back and forth from fake relationship to fake relationship to all that stuff. There's nobody going back and forth. It was just assumptions, what we think is going on over there, but you don't know.
Right.
So you can't necessarily call me a liar, a fabricator. So it's stupid. And then Shamia, that bothered me. Like, what are we trying to do here? Apparently, we just need to once again get back to who we are as to the core as a person. Shamia, I'm seeing that she was never that girl. And when I say that girl,
Never.
when I say that girl, she was always pretty.
Yes.
She was always a fun girl.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not that girl for the sass, the I'm a step on you, like, you know, I'm here, you're there. She's not that girl.
Right.
And I believe everything fell apart for her trying to be that girl at the reunion. It's like, seriously? So that's all this was? Like, what are we doing here?
She barely said anything in the first part of the reunion, barely said a word during the first part of the reunion. And I'm like, and, you know, she went into the back and, you know, when they had that break, she was like, I really got to speak up in this next segment because I haven't been saying anything. And so, you know, but what I'm glad is that she wasn't trying to be someone that she wasn't. So at least she wasn't trying to like fake the funk for the cameras. At least she was being herself. And I believe what she presented to us was who she was. It's just, it's not peach worthy.
But
at least not in my opinion.
But even her tea, Jonathan, like,
yeah, it ain't piping hot for sure.
She wasn't even lukewarm.
No, it wasn't.
It needed to be popped because out of all of the newbies, this ain't your first reunion, sis.
Right.
And
she know better.
Doing it.
Calling Phaedra auntie and all that when the whole candy thing went down. Like, this is not your first reunion. You should have done way better than that.
Exactly. These comments are marvelous. Start off with Ms. Kim said Shamia's star dimmed rapidly. I feel like our shutters went up and it's like, now we can see you so clearly now, sis. It's not cool. Veil Vibration says, I also put screenshots of the article where the France first lady and her brother won a defamation case versus two ladies that alleged the transition. What?
Wow.
The plaintiffs won that case last year. So Candace, okay. What they finding out? Okay. Miss Kim says, I missed part 2 of the reunion. Portia and Shamia haven't been friends for 15 years.
Thank you.
Well,
thank you.
Miss Kim says, I'm confused. What's up with them? I believe it's just a bunch of stuff that they refuse to speak about out for some reason or whatever. Veil Vibration says, correction, the defendant won. The case was overturned according to the article. What? I need to know why. Okay. Yeah. Ms. Kim says, this season was so boring. Agreed.
It was.
Usually I at least, because I don't even watch, but usually if it's, spicy, I at least want to watch the reunion, but
yeah, no need.
No.
Okay. Unveil Vibration says, Ramir, I'm keeping an eye on Yellowstone for you. Activity shows it's possible it could blow like the movie 2012. Lord Jesus. Oh, he also says, Jojo Speaks, the France president Emmanuel Macron, 47, and his wife Brigitte Macron is 72. Have been married since 2007, according to Yahoo News.
Well, she looked good for 72 then.
Okay.
That lady in
her her face look like that. Hey, reality with Krista Marie is here. Hey, sis.
Hey, Krista.
It's been too long. Hey.
Right.
I love that picture. You look good, girl.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Kim says Shamia is insecure. She doesn't have a main character energy. Just go be rich and live your soft life. Miss Kim, I couldn't have said it better. She just need to let it go.
Right.
Reality says totally agree. Everyone's saying hey. She says hey to everyone. Mamira says on Veil Vibrations, I appreciate that, buddy. Let's hope not, though. It sounds like Tyra was excited about it. It's gonna blow like the movie 2012.
Yeah, they showed how much would be affected on the map. I'm like, "Ooh, I'm glad we down here in Georgia because it's gonna hit everywhere else."
Wow.
If it does erupt.
Lord Jesus. Mamera says, "Hey, reality with Krista Marie. Hey, sis, good to see you here." And she also says, excuse me, Krista Marie says, "I wasn't with Faye Liar to be back, but she had good auntie energy." And look, Shamia was Portia's friend, but Portia wasn't hers. Well,
I agree with that.
Correct.
Tyrone's putting in his opinion. He says Real Housewives of Atlanta need a full reset. New cast, please.
Absolutely.
It was supposed to be this year.
Right.
They ain't doing enough.
Right. It flopped. Right.
Miss Kim's asked Chris, reality. Slow down, Jennifer. Reality with Krista Marie. Did you review Risa Tisa last year? Your name is familiar. Yes.
Yeah, Krista Marie, she's been in the circle. Not me. We know her, we love her. So thank y'all so much for joining me for this Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I know it was going to be popping for real. Thank you so much, Bianca, for joining us. Bianca, do you want to share your social media contacts with the peoples?
It's Bianca Edwards everywhere.
She's wonderful. Bianca Edwards.
Yes. And Genesita, if you could share your social media contacts with the good people, our viewers.
I am follow me at The Light of the Leo on TikTok, as well as on Instagram and YouTube. I go live every Monday at 9 with these lovely people that are with me. Maybe I should have had you in the middle, Jonathan. I'm sorry. Anyway.
It's completely fine, Jennifer. If I had a problem, I would have said something about it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're good.
Also, please go ahead. Make sure you join us for Faithful Warrior Ministries every single Saturday at 10-ish a.m. for prayers, some coming together and a bunch of talking because we don't know how to stop talking when we're hungry, apparently. And go ahead, Jonathan, your turn.
You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. And my Cash App is $JonathanLee07. That's $JonatanLee07. Once again, thank y'all so much for joining us in the comments. Viewers, y'all are the best part of the show. Going back and forth with you guys and getting you guys' opinions on the many different topics that we cover. I'm so glad that you guys have decided to spend an hour with your boy and his girls. I'm so happy that you guys decided to join us. Make sure you guys join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. Yes, we love you, Krista Marie. We love you so much. Same beautiful faces, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Be safe out there. Stay cool out there because it's hot outside that door. Love y'all for watching. See y'all on the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Bye, y'all.